Who of you gets a higher heart rate, or at least a little bit nervous, if you see something like this? Please raise your hand. Thank you, I was hoping I'm not alone in that boat. However, but what do you do if your smartphone runs out of energy? Yes, you recharge it, right? This brings me right away to my next question. Do you recharge your phone more often than yourself? Don't worry, you don't have to answer this here in public. Just answer it for yourself. I consider myself a hard-working guy. I like to work because I think it's fun and I identify myself with what I do. However, people tell me, you work too much, you should work less. You have to be careful, take some time off. Especially when I talk to people who have suffered in their past from exhaustion, or even worse, got hit by a burnout. People like this telling me scary stories, and I listen to them. And they make me think. Or I'm on the same path. What can I do to avoid it? Were I just lucky until now? The first thing I do in the morning after I get up is take my phone and check my messages. In the evening, every now and then, I come home and check my smartwatch and realize I've done less than 3,000 steps today. Sometimes I feel guilty taking a break, knowing I have work to do. In the evening, I have troubles falling asleep, and in the morning, a hard time to get up. Sounds familiar to you? Those statements are all symptoms that a mental body battery is running low. And every one of us, every human being will end up there if he follows this, the flat line. You come back from your weekend or your vacation and you're full of energy and you're ready to start your day. Your work is already there, ready for you to pick up. So your body creates adrenaline and cortisol to put you into the productivity mode. Now you're in the fun stage. With a very high concentration, you really get things done. But slowly your energy level decreases until you fatigue. But you look around and you still have a lot of work to do here, over there. So much to do, so you decide to push through and get those things done as well. So you continue working and you're getting tired until eventually your energy level is depleted. So you come home back from a hard day like that. And you turn on the TV without even having to turn off your brain because your body has already done that for you. If you repeat such a routine for too long time, you will be exhausted. And if you continue it even longer, eventually you will end up in a burnout. Believe me when I confess, I have been exhausted in my life many times, and I still am every now and then. But there was a time where it happens more frequently. I was in my early 20s, and I had a very demanding full-time job as an IT engineer at a global chemical company, while I was studying part-time for 2 days a week. Also, I had a little side hustle ongoing. My first own business, a photo studio. So from Monday to Thursday, I work extra hours to compensate my classes on Friday and Saturday. And in some Sundays, I made pictures for weddings, and in some evenings, portraits for CVs. About the same time, my wife and I decided to open a restaurant here in Zurich. With her managing operations being in the front and me in the background for support and administration. And of course, I was younger and I had almost unlimited energy. But also I have come to a point where I realized that I couldn't high perform in all disciplines anymore. And yes, I was tired and exhausted. And every evening I had troubles falling asleep. Every morning a hard time to get up. And always when I took a break, I felt really guilty knowing I had a staple of work in front of me. Don't worry, I don't tell you now another story about the burnout. I was lucky. But I'm sure it was close every now and then. But when I decided to no longer proceed with the photo studio and also my study was over, at least until the next one. But I wish I knew back then what I know today about mental health and about how to high perform in a more sustainable way over a longer period of time. As an IT manager at a big firm, I could work 24/7 without being able to finish my work. Nowadays out there are many jobs like mine, and being unconscious about this fact could really eat you up. But there are also other things in life which can have an impact on your energy level. A side business or additional studies, but also family or kids can really drain your battery level. I have got enlightened when I learned about the high-performance routine model from Dr. Rob Archer. The goal of this model is to establish an intentional routine to your life, to balance the energy level during a day. There are multiple ways about how to implement such a routine to your life. And I will now use this opportunity to walk you through how I do it in my life. The preparation starts right away in the morning after I get up from my warm and cozy bed. The first thing I do is take a shower to refresh myself. Then I like to have a good breakfast. I like to eat a muesli, which gives me all the nutrients to get the energy that I need to start into the day. And then I dress up with a nice white shirt, nice pants, which gives me another additional feeling of being ready. On my way to the train station, I like to take a little reroute, walking down by the lake, enjoy the beautiful view, breathe the fresh oxygen, and let the sunlight spike my cortisol. On my train ride to the office, which takes about 30 to 35 minutes, I like to take this time to get focus and get clear on my priorities for that day. Because I want to make sure that I'm in the driver's seat and try to avoid that the day is driving me. So when I leave the train and walk to the office, I have a plan and I'm ready to go. Arriving at my desk, I use the momentum that I built in my preparation to work with a maximum concentration on my highest priority tasks. Emails and other things which can interrupt me with this can wait for later. I work and I'm conscious about my energy level, and I realize when my concentration drops. Then I take a break with my colleagues, grab a coffee. And when I come back, I read some emails and slowly get up back into the focus work. And I always leave my desk for lunch. Either to exercise, go for a run, or to go outside to grab lunch with my colleagues. I try to plan more creative and social tasks, such as meetings in the afternoon. And you can relate, at least in my job, it happens really quick that you have meetings head to head without having one break in between, and this is something which really drains my battery level. So when I invite for meetings, I choose weird durations, such as 22 minutes or 51 minutes. This allows me to digest, have a little break, and refocus onto the next topic. And don't worry, your coworkers will be confused at the start and might make some jokes about it. But they will get used to it really quick, and they eventually start doing it by themselves. After I'm finished with the work for the day, the warm down phase arrives. I like to use that again in my train ride home, where I not only review what I have accomplished, but also celebrate just for myself what I have achieved. For unfinished business, I schedule a slot in one of the upcoming days to be able to put my mind to the side and stop thinking about it for the rest of the day. And then before I stop reading emails and turn off my computer, I check my calendar to ensure that I can continue with my high-performance routine on the next day. Now it's time for recovery. One of the most important things in this routine. And with recovery, I don't mean to put the legs up and turn on the TV. Especially with an office-based job, I need to keep my body moving. So I like to go outside for exercise or just for a walk to refresh my head and also at the same time do something good for my health. And to feel purpose about why to work that hard, I like to spend time with my loved one. And then I go to bed on time to sleep and not to play on the phone. You might think now, oh, this guy has a nice life, he can plan his day and never gets interrupted by any unforeseen circumstances. Well, as I mentioned before, I work in IT. There is always a surprise around the corner. But when I get thrown off out of my routine, I try to step back, reassess the situation, replan, and jump back into it. Because a high-performance routine is a marathon and not a sprint. In order to succeed in the long term, you need to keep your battery charged. Implementing a high-performance routine to your life, it's not an easy task. But once you experienced the benefits of it, you will always be able to get back to it. So make it a habit. And please join me on that journey. And don't just recharge your smartphone, but also your mental health battery. Thank you very much.